Wood and Jobin Feinberg for Rutland High. As the Raiders going right to left. The wind is a swirling wind. If one team does have an advantage, Middlebury more or less has the wind at its back here in the first quarter. And here's the boot by Murray, and we are underway. It'll come up short at the 25, across the 30, and getting his way up to about the 32-yard line on the return was Angel Shannon for Rutland High, and Aaron Walker there on the stop for Middlebury.
Well, Middlebury had the wind at their back, but it was a short kick by Middlebury to one of the up men, Angel Shannon, doing a nice job of getting whatever yardage he could get, most importantly, holding on to the football.
And they are going to mark it at the Raider 32-yard line. So the Raiders go on the offense 1st and 10. This is the first drive of the football game. Dave Paller is in. He's tight left. He was listed as questionable for the game tonight. Matt Daly is tight on the right. They got a wing right, couple of setbacks behind Pat Dwyer. The wing right is Duval's in motion left to right. Handoff to Stempeck. Sweeps right and nothing doing as he tried to cut it back inside. Stopped at the line of scrimmage is there on the tackle, Kevin Odell. We just mentioned Odell a few moments ago. He had returned that fumble 7 yards for a touchdown in that game 3 weeks ago.
And that's a name you're going to hear over and over again this evening defensively for the Middlebury Tigers. Odell playing the nose guard position on the defensive line. Got through the line of scrimmage, managed to wrap up Stempeck, who tried to get to the right side off of the right tackle. No gain on the play.
2nd and 10 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 32-yard line. Now Atwood is in. He's in motion right to left. And the handoff to Jake Conway, takes it off left tackle, gets it across the 35 to about the 36, picks up 4. Kevin Connors there on the stop for Middlebury. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 36-yard line, going right to left. The first series of the football game. We're just underway. There's no score.
3rd play of this football game, already what could be a big play. If they do not get a first down here, they're going to be forced to give the football over to that talented Middlebury offense. Big play here on 3rd and long for the Rutland Raiders.
Now Duval comes wide left, and Mayhew had a great diving catch against MSG a week ago as wide right. The backs are split. Dwyer on 3rd down, rolls right, throws, and it's incomplete. He wanted Mayhew near the far sideline up around the Raider 43-yard line. That would have been a first down, but he threw it a little bit behind him. So it'll be 4th down and 6 for the Raiders at their own 36. They'll have to boot the football away. Jed Malcolm back there to cover Mayhew.
Has to be very promising the way that Rutland came out here. If you're Coach Pete Brakely from Middlebury, 3 and out, no gain on the first play from scrimmage. The next play was Conway picking up 4. The 3rd play was the incomplete pass from Dwyer intended for Mayhew along the far sideline. And on their 3rd play now, 4th play actually, Middlebury will get the football back after the Rutland punt.
Connors and Phelps back deep for Middlebury around the Tiger 35. Aaron Carbonell back around the Raider 23 to punt the football away. And he gets the punt away, a line drive boot that will go out of bounds here inside the Middlebury 40, right around the 35-yard line. That's where the referee is going to mark it. He went right down the sideline. A line drive boot by Aaron Carbonell, and the Tigers will have it 1st and 10 at their own 36. So the Raiders had to boot the football away, and they got the opening kickoff and could get nowhere on the 3 downs. And now Middlebury, that high-powered Middlebury offense out of the full house backfield, going on the offense for the first time tonight. 1st and 10, its own 36-yard line. No score, 10:06 remaining in the first quarter. Willie Mackey is the quarterback. Sheehan, Masurik, and also File are the setbacks. And the handoff goes straight ahead, and absolutely getting nowhere is Cosmo File, the fullback, stacked up at the line of scrimmage, leading the way defensively for the Raiders, Greg Virajiklian. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers at their own 36-yard line.
First play offensively going to the nail File out of the backfield for Middlebury, and he was nailed at the line of scrimmage by the senior quad captain, Greg Virajiklian.
Sheehan, File, and Masurik left to right, full house backfield. Malcolm is wide left. Mackey, the sophomore quarterback. And the handoff going straight ahead and getting his way out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line on the carry is Cosmo File. Picks up 7. It would be 3rd and 3 for Middlebury. Jason Schmidt there to make the hit for Rutland High.
File just went off of right tackle, got into the secondary, and that's where he was hit by one of the more aggressive defending tacklers for Rutland, Jason Schmidt, who can hit. He made the tackle, 7 yards downfield.
Phelps is wide left, and Jeremy Everett, the tight end, switches from left to right as Mackey, the sophomore quarterback, barks him out. Hand off to Sheehan, sweeps right, has an opening, 50, to the Raider 45, 40, 35, and finally spun out of bounds here inside the Raider 35 at the Raider 34-yard line by John Haynes. Haynes might have made a saving tackle along the near sideline as the Tigers now have it 1st and 10 at the Raider 35-yard line.
Sheehan got into his golf cart on that run around the right end, got a nice trap block at the line of scrimmage, which sprung him to the outside and several yards downfield. There was Haynes along the near sideline making what would have been a touchdown saving tackle.
22-yard pickup for Sheehan and a Middlebury first down. Wide right now is Zach Daly. Everett is tight left. Mackey on the handoff to Masurik, sweeps left, scoots to the 30 as he cuts it inside to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd and 2 coming up for Middlebury. Jason Schmidt on the tackle for Rutland High. Tonight's game being taped for telecast tomorrow night on Channel 15 on the air at 8:32 tomorrow night. They got that precisely now.
What a nice job of blocking at the line of scrimmage by Middlebury. Whole left side of that offensive line. 3 big linemen out on the left side of the field, clearing way for the ground game.
2nd down for the Tigers. 2nd down and close to 3 at the Raider 27-yard line. Left side hash mark, and we got whistles and penalty markers down. Let's see what this is all about.
Middlebury jumped off sides. It was number 55 getting a little early start there. Nate LaRock, and we'll change his name to Nate LaMountain. He is a big one. 5'11", 300 pounds. I think he's 5'11" both ways, from shoulder to shoulder and from head to toe. And once he got that weight leaning forward, he couldn't pull it back, and the first penalty of this football game goes against the Middlebury Tigers.
2nd down and about 8 for the Tigers at the Raider 33-yard line. The 5-yard penalty for offsides against the Middlebury Tigers. No score. We're in the first quarter. Coming down on 8 minutes left in the quarter. Everett tight left. Phelps now wide right. Mackey on the handoff to Masurik. Takes it off the left side, inside the 30, inside the 25, and down at the Raider 22-yard line. Dropped finally by Billy Moran. That picked up 11. That's a Middlebury first down. Their 2nd first down, and this their opening drive of the football game.
Picked up 11, tackled by number 11, Moran for Rutland. And here's the news here for Rutland defensively. Several of these tackles on this first drive for Middlebury have been made by secondary people from Rutland.
And we do have a Middlebury injury, so there's an official's timeout. When we come back, 1st and 10, Middlebury at the Raider 22. 7:52 left, first quarter, no score. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout.
Offensive line for Middlebury. Looks like it's his left leg that was injured on that play, but LaRock, who plays both left guard and left tackle at the same time for Middlebury, comes off the field being helped by 2 coaches. It's going to be a big loss for Middlebury if he's unable to return.
Barry Whitney is the center for Middlebury. He'll lead the club out of the huddle. Willie Mackey, the sophomore quarterback, 5'10", 150-pounder. Jeremy Everett will be a tight end. He switches from left to right at times. Zach Daly is in, and Zach Daly will take it wide left. Left to right in the backfield, Sheehan, File, and Masurik in the full house backfield behind Mackey on first down. And he goes to the first man through, and getting his way for some tough yardage is Cosmo File. He gets it down to about the 16, and Jason Schmidt on the tackle. Picked up about 6. It'll be 2nd and 4 for the Tigers at the Raiders' 17-yard line. That's where they're going to mark it, so give them 5. Tough yardage up the middle, but he picked up a good 5. Willie Mackey again in the full house backfield. Everett switches from left to right as the tight end on the right side. And the handoff now goes to Sheehan, takes it off the right side, cracks his way inside the 15 to about the 11, picks up 6, and that's a Middlebury first down. Jake Conway on the tackle.
And tonight's winning numbers, if you're a Middlebury Tiger fan, 7, 22, 11, 5, 6, and 8. Those aren't lottery numbers, but they certainly are winning numbers. That's how many yards they're gaining on the ground with every play here tonight on this first drive.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. They have it at the Raider 11. Wide left is Phelps. He's almost in the next county so far wide left because they're at the right side hash mark. Again, the full house backfield. And the handoff to File off left tackle, and he backs his way down to the 6. Picks up 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 for Middlebury at the Raiders' 6-yard line. The Raiders got the opening kickoff, had to punt. Middlebury has come right back up the field here. Jake Conway on the tackle for Rutland High. The Tigers have it 2nd and 5 at the Raiders' 6-yard line. Wide left now is Zach Daly. Sheehan, File, and Masurik left to right, full house backfield behind Mackey. Everett's tight right. And the handoff goes to Sheehan, takes it to the right, puts his head down, and dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Sheehan took it right and broke a couple of tackles, put his head down, and dove into the end zone for the touchdown, putting the ball ahead. It broke the plane of the goal line, and Middlebury has drawn first blood. A 6-yard touchdown run for Sheehan. The Tigers lead at 6-0 with 6:17 left in the first quarter.
And those of you that saw the Virginia-Florida State football game last night, Sheehan did what Warwick Dunn did not do. He saw the goal line and extended, broke the plane with the football as opposed to his helmet and shoulder pads for the first touchdown of this football game. A 9-play drive, 65 yards, capped off by Sheehan's touchdown run.
And this is brother Joe Sheehan to attempt the extra point, and the kick is up, and it is good. It is 7-0 Middlebury. That's your score. Middlebury 7, Rutland nothing. 6:17 left first quarter. Back with a kickoff after this 30-second timeout.
And brothers here tonight. Touchdown run by Ross, extra point by Joe. No, Patty was not the holder on the extra point, although she probably could have been. Things are going Middlebury's way early on in this football game, forcing Rutland in a 3-and-out possession on their first possession of this football game, and 9 plays later, after Middlebury gets it, they score.
Here's the kick, Dagan Murray, and it is fumbled by Feinberg, but he picks it up again, then retreats, and he puts his knee down as he tried to cut it back upfield at his own 22-yard line. Down there defensively, just in case, was
Usama Hyatt.
Usama Hyatt for Middlebury. The kick came down to Jobin Feinberg, and he did not field it. It went to the turf. He picked it up again and tried to cut it back upfield and put his knee down. So Hyatt was there just in case. So the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. That's where they mark it, going right to left. Their second series of the football game. Raiders now in the I. Stempeck is the deep back. Conway the up back out of the I. Stempeck gets the call, takes it straight ahead, and he gets 1, maybe 2. Gets it out to about the 24. Kevin Odell on the tackle for Middlebury. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 24-yard line.
So tough to run against this Middlebury defense. Odell, again, at that nose guard position, just anchoring that tough defensive line. Rutland threw Stempeck that time off the right side, and he ran right into the face guard of Odell, and Odell got help from his friends in orange to make the tackle after Stempeck picked up a couple on first down.
Chris Dupuis over the football now. Stempeck actually picked up a yard. 2nd and 9. Dwyer back to throw, throws over the middle. It's complete to Mayhew at the 30, and he's tackled at the 31. Took it over the middle. Pat Dwyer to Chris Mayhew on 2nd and 9. That picked up about 6. And Kevin Connors on the stop for Middlebury. The Raiders are going to have it at their own 31. Give them 7.
The quick slant. 3-step drop by Dwyer. The quick slant to the left side of the football field over the middle to Mayhew, who comes out along with Duval. Picks up good yardage on 2nd down. Picked up 6, maybe 7. Brings up a 3rd and short for the Raiders.
Down about a yard for the Raiders at their own 31. The backs are split now. And in motion left to right is Dana Atwood. As the handoff goes to Conway, sweeps right, breaking tackles, and he manages to pick up first down yardage as he took it back to the inside, out to about the 34, picks up 3. That should be a first down. Made it by a couple, so the Raiders pick up their first down of the ball game. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. Martin Waters on the tackle for Middlebury.
Conway just got the body leaning forward, knew right where that first down yardage was. Kind of stuttered his feet at the line of scrimmage and just leaned forward, picked up the first down of this game here for Rutland.
Seth Bailey is in, wing left, he's in motion left to right as Pat Dwyer barks him out of the I. Handoff to Stempeck, takes it to the right, nothing there. As he managed to get back to the line of scrimmage, it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Raiders, their own 34-yard line. Middlebury 7, Rutland nothing, 3:50 remaining first quarter here at Doc Collins Field in Middlebury. Gary Whitney there on the tackle for the Middlebury Tigers, also the center offensively. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders. Matt Daly was in on that play. He's out. Aaron Bailey is in now. So Aaron Bailey, who saw a lot of action at tight end last week, is in tonight at tight end. Dave Paller is seeing action. Paller is tight left. Bailey would be tight on the right. Seth Bailey is wide left. Aaron Bailey is wide right now. Seth Bailey is in motion left to right. The Raiders out of the eye on second down. And the handoff goes to Conway straight ahead, and he scoots his way out to about the 38-yard line. Picks up 4. The Raiders will be faced with a third down. Aaron Walker on the tackle. It'll be third down and about 6 for the Raiders at their own 39-yard line.
That's what Rutland needs to do. Continue to run the football, picking up first downs, keeping that very impressive Middlebury offense where they belong, on the sidelines.
Jovan Feinberg into the football game now. The Raiders continue to move people in and out. Matt Daly back. Dave Paller is out. Or get closer to the 38. Third down and 6 for the Raiders, their own 38. Conway and Feinberg are the setbacks. Aaron Bailey is wide right. Seth Bailey in motion right to left. He was a slot right. Dwyer now on third down, drops back, and he's going to be sacked back at the 30. It lost about 8. They say his forward progress at the 32, lost 6. And the Raiders, who on this drive picked up a first down, are now faced with a fourth down and about 12, and they'll have to punt the football away.
It was Walker along with Everett getting the sack.
And Everett on the sack.
Nobody blocked either one of those two. They had a clear path right at Dwyer. Dwyer wanted to roll to his left. Before he could even get his body turned upfield, he was met by the 2 Middlebury defenders.
And back to his own 20, Aaron Carbonneau to boot the football away. Connors and Phelps back deep at the Middlebury 40. Aaron gets the kick away. It will hit on the Raiders side of the 50 and just plop in the mud at the Raider 43-yard line. So Middlebury has it in excellent field position. First and 10 at the Rutland 43-yard line. Middlebury already leads it in this one 7-0 with 1:38 left in the first quarter.
Rutland picked up a first down on that last drive, ran a few more plays than he did on their first drive of the first quarter. But the punt off the side of the foot of Carbonneau, along with the wind conditions here, just plopped the football right at the Rutland 43, and now Middlebury gets a big break now on their second drive.
Zach Daly is wide right. Mackey barks him out. And to the second man, it goes to Masurik. Takes it left inside the 40, inside the 35, and he slides his way down to about the 33, close to a 10-yard pickup. John Haynes on the tackle for Rutland High. They're going to mark it at the 34, picked up 9. It is second down and 1 for the Middlebury Tigers as Masurik took it left and got it close to first down yardage. Now Jed Malcolm is in. He's wide right. Everett now tight on the left. Mackey on second down and short. It goes to Cosmo File. The big fullback takes it straight ahead for about a yard, maybe 2. And he's tripped up there. And it's awfully close to a first down here. It is a first down. All he needed was a long yard. He picked up about 2. Bill Sargent on the tackle. Well, actually, after it was all said and done, after they marked the football, only gave him a yard. But it is first and 10 for Middlebury at the Raider 33-yard line. 7-0 Middlebury, 40 seconds left first quarter. Mackey on the handoff to Masurik, sweeps left, picking his way inside the 30, inside the 25, down to about the 20-yard line before he's finally dropped. He picks up 13. It's another Middlebury first down. On the tackle was John Watson.
And again, Watson in the secondary defensively for the Raiders was the first Rutland defender to get his hands on Masurik as he got to the left side of the football field.
First and 10 for the Middlebury Tigers at the Raider 20. Mackey now on the handoff again to Masurik, sweeps left, and he tried to cut it against the grain after picking up about 4, but he slipped and went down. He was hit as he tried to cut it back inside anyway. Picked up 4 to the 16. It'll be second and 6. Billy Moran on the tackle. That should be the final play of the first quarter. And it is. After a quarter here in the Division I semis at Doc Collins Field in Middlebury. Our score, Middlebury 7, Rutland nothing. We'll be back with the second quarter after this 30-second timeout. First play of the second quarter. Mackey on the handoff to Masurik, sweeps left, puts his head down, gets it to about the 10-yard line before he's dropped, picks up 7. That should be a first down, as finally making the tackle was Billy Moran. It's 1st and goal for the Tigers. They have it at the Raider 10-yard line.
They gave it to Mazurek around left end, and the only defender back between the goal line, well, defending the goal line was Moran, and he just, a big collision between Moran and Mazurek. And actually, Moran won out on that as Mazurek lowered the shoulder, but Moran stood his ground and made the tackle.
1st and goal, double wing set up now for the Tigers, and we got penalty markers down. Langfeld was offsides. As a matter of fact, they blew the play dead, so that is an offensive penalty. So it would be 1st and goal for the Tigers at the Raider 15-yard line. Illegal procedure against the Tigers. Early going 2nd quarter. Tigers have it 1st and goal at the Raider 15-yard line.
Second penalty of the first half against Middlebury. And actually, that's probably the only thing that they have not done to perfection here in this first half is reduce the penalties. It's already 2 on them. Back in the full house backfield, and the handoff goes to Mazurek. Took it left and took it straight ahead for a couple to the 13. And it would be 2nd and goal. He picks up 2. 2nd and goal for the Tigers at the Raider 13. Bill Sargent on the tackle for Rutland High. Bill the Drill Sargent right at the line of scrimmage, actually a couple yards downfield. Nice solo tackle, big collision there. That one again won out by the Rutland Raider defensive player. That time it was Sargent.
A couple of setbacks now, and Sheehan is a wing left, and the inside handoff goes to Mazurek. Took it left and maybe a yard to the 12. John Watson on the tackle.
Along with Mitch Morgan. You may have heard over my shoulder Bob Fredette from the Rutland Herald motioning for a hold.
3rd down and goal for the Tigers. They have it at the Raider 12 as Phelps brings it wide right. Jeremy Everett is tied on the left side now. And again, the Tigers in the full house backfield. Mackey fakes to the fullback, then throws to the end zone. And complete to Phelps. It's at the goal line. He was dropped shy of the end zone at the goal line. And it will be 4th and goal for Middlebury at virtually the goal line. We'll call it the 1. A fake to the fullback file by Mackey on the play action, found Phelps over the middle. And that picks up 11 yards. 4th and goal for Middlebury at the Raider 1-yard line. Making the tackle was Mike Stempick. And Mackey keeps and takes it straight ahead on the keeper, and he's in. Touchdown. But there is a penalty marker now. We'll wait and see.
Flag on this side of the field, and there's one at the center of the field also.
Mackey took it in on the 1-yard quarterback keeper, but there is a penalty marker down. This would give Middlebury a 13-0 lead, but we'll wait and see. I think they're going to talk to the Raiders. And apparently against Middlebury. Now, the previous play, it was a pass completion from Mackey to Phelps over the middle, which put the ball at the 1. Mackey took it over on the 1-yard quarterback keeper, but a penalty marker down, and they are talking to the Raiders.
Middlebury doesn't throw the football much, but when they do it very well. Got them right at the goal line. Here's the indication, illegal procedure against Middlebury.
Illegal procedure against Middlebury, so they'll move it back to the 6-yard line, and it would be 4th and goal for Middlebury at the Raiders 6.
Decision time now
and
for
it looks
Coach
like
Brakely.
Maybe they're going to go for the field goal. Joe Sheehan was in, and now they're going to call for a timeout. Maybe they've changed their mind. When we come back, Middlebury will have it 4th and goal at the Raiders 6. 9:55 left first half. Middlebury 7, Rutland 0. And we'll be back after the timeout, after this 30-second break. There is going to be a field. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Jack Healey back with Vince Allo at Middlebury, and a field goal attempt coming up for Joe Sheehan. They're going to mark it at the 10. It'll be straight on. It will be a 20-yard field goal attempt. Middlebury 4th and goal at the Raiders 6. The field goal attempt from the 10. Here's the kick by Sheehan, and is up, and it is good. A 20-yard field goal by Joe Sheehan, and Middlebury goes up by a score of 10-0. And that coming with 9:51 remaining here in the first half. That's your score. Middlebury 10, Rutland 0. Back with a kickoff after this 30-second timeout. Sophomore. So it was Mackey who found Phelps at virtually the goal line. Mackey took it over from that point, but it was wiped off the board. The illegal procedure penalty against Middlebury. They had it 4th and goal at the Raiders 6, and then it was Joe Sheehan that cashed in on the 20-yard field goal. Here's Murray on the kickoff, and it will slosh to Jobin Feinberg at the 25. Has an opening, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Feinberg to the Middlebury 45 and down at the Middlebury 43-yard line. Jobin Feinberg on the return, but a 33-yard return for Feinberg, and the Raiders now have it 1st and 10 in Middlebury territory, and Jim Moss making the tackle for Middlebury. That didn't even take a hop to Feinberg. It just went plop in the mud, and he picked it up and almost took it all the way.
Nearly fumbled the football right at the 45-yard line, managed to hold on. A big break now for Rutland.
33-yard return for Feinberg. 1st and 10 Raiders, the Middlebury 43. Pat Dwyer on the handoff to Stempeck straight ahead inside the 42, about the 38, maybe the 37. Picks up 6. It'll be 2nd and 4. Morton Manning on the tackle. And that one just made connections from Pat Dwyer to Mike Stempeck.
Tell you what, a big penalty on 4th down against Middlebury erases a touchdown. They have to settle for a field goal. The score is now 10-0 in favor of Middlebury. The ensuing kickoff, a big 33-yard return by Jobin Feinberg. The next play, a big gain on 1st down for Rutland. And just like that, Rutland's got some life right now.
Wide left is Chris Mayhew. Also got a man wide right. The backs are split. 2nd down play for Dwyer. Throws over the middle. It is complete to Mayhew at the 30-yard line. He's dropped there. It picks up 7. That would be a Raider 1st down. Kevin Connors on the stop for Middlebury. So a quick drop, and Pat Dwyer found Mayhew over the middle for the 2nd time in this game tonight. And the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at the Tiger 30-yard line. Middlebury with a 10-0 lead. 8:37 left here in the 1st half.
Nice job of running the pattern by Mayhew. 5 steps upfield and then a sharp right-hand turn. Took the bullet pass from Dwyer in stride.
Pat Dwyer barks him out. They operate out of the eye. Pitch to Stempeck. Sweeps left. He's inside the 25 and cracks his way to about the 22. There is a penalty marker down. Picks up about 8. We'll see what the penalty marker is all about. And it's against Rutland. And it's a holding call. A 10-yard penalty against the Raiders.
First penalty of the football game for Rutland. We've said it time and time again, at an inopportune time, and really there's no perfect time for a penalty, but in this case here, wipes out what was a big gain by Stempeck.
Would have been 2nd down about 2. A holding call against Rutland High. And from the point of infraction, they're going to mark it back to the Middlebury 35-yard line.
Rutland has to convert on this drive here. They've got something going now offensively after the big kickoff return by Feinberg. A couple big plays by Stempeck and Mayhew.
They mark it back to the Middlebury 36. 1st and 16 as Dwyer barks him out. Dwyer drops back looking, and he throws left. It goes incomplete. And he wanted Mike Stempeck toward the far sideline coming out of the backfield, and it went incomplete. Might have just lost the handle on the football a little bit. 2nd and 16 for the Raiders at the Middlebury 36-yard line.
Rutland going to the air here in the 1st half. Dwyer already with 2 slant over the middle completions to Mayhew, as now Paller comes in limping slightly, but still he's in the football game. And that 3rd pass attempt, you're right, Jack, looks like it slipped out of the hands of Dwyer as he released it to the left sideline intended for Stempeck.
So on 2nd down, in motion left to right is Duval. The ends are tight. And the handoff goes to Stempeck. Fumbles the football. The Raiders recover at the 39. It lost 3. And let's see who came back to recover that fumble for the Raiders.
Berejiklian.
It was...
no, actually it was 55.
It was Chris Dupuis, the center. Chris Dupuis came back to recover the fumble. Nice play by Chris. That lost about 3. It'll be 3rd and 19 for the Raiders in the Middlebury 39-yard line.
And had Dupuis not fallen on the football, there was a Middlebury defender ready to pounce on it. There was nobody back on that side of the field for Rutland, so Dupuis with a big Johnny-on-the-spot type play for the Raiders, maintaining possession.
The Raiders have it 3rd and long. Mayhew is wide right. Dwyer drops back. Dwyer looking. Dwyer sets up the screen, complete to Conway inside the 35 to the 30. And Conway is finally dropped at the Middlebury 26-yard line. That picks up about 13. Still shy of 1st down yardage as Keith Denneker there on the hit for Middlebury. The Raiders will be faced with a 4th down and about 6. They have it at the Middlebury 26-yard line. 10-0 Middlebury, 6:48 left in the first half.
Must get this first down here. What a beautifully set up play that was by Rutland. Dwyer had Mayhew all the way to the near side, which pulled the defense that way and had them thinking of a long pass perhaps to Mayhew. Set up the screen beautifully to Conway, had 3 or 4 blockers downfield and managed to pick up 13 yards on the play.
Fourth down and closer to 7. Couple of wideouts left. Dwyer on 4th down. Dwyer throws. It is complete to Stempeck coming out of the backfield, and he is dropped at the 22-yard line. It picks up 4, and it will be shy of first down yardage as Kevin Connors makes the tackle and Middlebury takes over on downs. So the Raiders just a little bit shy of picking up the first down, are stopped at the Middlebury 22-yard line, so Middlebury brings it back the other way. 1st and 10 at its own at 21-yard line. That's when they mark it. They had to get just inside the 20 for the first down.
So
Middlebury
close.
already with a 10-0 lead in this one.
So close. Stempeck could see that first down marker, the big defensive play by Connors defensively for Middlebury.
Double wing set up for the Tigers as the handoff goes to Filed. He was the lone setback, took it straight ahead for about 3 out to the 24. It's 2nd and 7 for Middlebury. Jason Schmidt there on the tackle. Middlebury getting a 6-yard touchdown run by Ross Sheehan in the first quarter and a 20-yard field goal by Joe Sheehan in the second quarter, including Joe Sheehan's extra point. Middlebury has a 10-0 lead. Middlebury has it 2nd down and 7 at its own 24-yard line. Right side hash mark again in the full house backfield. Hand off to Ross Sheehan as he sweeps right and cuts it back inside and gets it out close to the 30. A pickup of 6, very close to first down yardage. Billy Moran on the tackle for Rutland High. It'll be 3rd down and short. Less than a yard for the Tigers at their own 30. Now Mike Phelps is wide left. Everett is tight right. Sheehan, Masurik, and File in the full house backfield. Goes to File straight ahead. He breaks a couple of tackles as he picks his way for about 3 and a Middlebury first down. 1st and 10 Middlebury at the Middlebury 33-yard line. Few Raiders there to drop them.
It's getting more difficult to see the numbers there on the Rutland uniforms.
Yep, it's one of those nights.
Yes, it is. Here at Middlebury.
Zach Daly is wide left. Everett is tight right now. Again, Willie Mackey operates out of the full house backfield. And he goes to the second man. Sheehan breaks it open across the 40, out to about the 44-yard line. As Sheehan picks up close to 10. Is Billy Moran on the tackle. They're going to say he went down at the 42, so it'll be 2nd down and 1 for Middlebury. They're on 40. Is it close enough for a measurement? Are they going to measure now? Or?
Still a couple yards short.
Yeah. 2nd down and 1 for the Tigers at their own 42-yard line.
And Bob Fredette from the Rutland Herald, quick to point out, already in this first half, Middlebury gaining 127 yards on the ground.
So 2nd and short for the Tigers at their own 42. That picked up 9. Mackey back to throw. Throws down the middle for Phelps. It's incomplete. Down around the Raider 33-yard line. And Phelps was well covered downfield.
Phelps wanting a penalty on Haynes, will not get it. Haynes with a beautiful job.
John Haynes has played a nice game tonight.
Single
Haynes
coverage.
Onto the coverage with Phelps, and he couldn't quite come up with it.
I tell you that
3rd and short for Middlebury at the Middlebury 42.
When you have a ground game that's already got 127 yards here with 4:04 remaining in the first half, you can afford to throw that play action, which Middlebury did down the middle of the field. Didn't fool John Haynes, who made the deflection at the last second.
3rd and short now, and Mackey on the keeper took it straight ahead. He only needed about a yard. That's all he picked up. Picked up a yard out to the 43. 1st and 10 for Middlebury. Mitch Morgan on the tackle for Rutland High. Middlebury has a 10-0 lead. 3:58 left in the first half here at Middlebury in the Division I semis on WSYB Rutland. The center is Barry Whitney. They're going to wing on the right now. Hand off to Sheehan, sweeps right, and he can't turn the corner. As he got out to about the 44, they had it 1st and 10 at their own 43, picked up about a yard to the 44. Stempeck and Conway on the tackle. 2nd and 9 for the Tigers, their own 44-yard line.
And Mitch Morgan had a shot at him in the backfield for Rutland. just couldn't quite get his hands on the Middlebury running back, and finally it was Stempeck along with Conway getting him 1 yard downfield along the far sideline.
Jed Malcolm in now, wide right. As Mackey barks him out, right side hash mark. Handoff to Sheehan, sweeps right, stutter steps, takes it to the 50, and he's dropped there. Pickup of 6 for Ross Sheehan. One of 2 nephews of LPGA Hall of Fame golfer Patty Sheehan playing in this game tonight. On the tackle, Dana Atwood. Picks up 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Tigers at the 50-yard line. 2:40 left in the first half. Middlebury has a 10-0 lead. Jeremy Everett is tight left. Going to man wide right as well. Mackey now on the handoff to File. Gets 1, maybe 2 to the 48, and then gets driven back by a host of Raiders. Osmo File, the big fullback.
And at the bottom of the pile is Greg Birajiklian. Big defensive play by that defensive line along the right side of Rutland, led by Buda Birajiklian, who was the first Raider defensively on the scene. Held on for dear life as his teammates came in to make the gang tackle, and now for the first time this evening we'll see the Middlebury punting unit.
Picked up a yard, 4th and 3 for Middlebury at the Raider 49. Everett back to his own 35 to boot it away for Middlebury. As you mentioned, the first punt of the ball game, and Everett gets the kick away. It'll angle toward the near sideline, bounce inside the 30, inside the 25, and roll out of bounds at the Raider 26-yard line. Stempeck and Moran were back deep for Rutland High, so the Raiders go on the offense, trailing 10-0. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line. Minute 42 left in the first half.
Rutland needs to get something on the board here as we approach halftime. Keep in mind, Middlebury is going to get the football back to start the 3rd quarter, already on top 10-0. So if Rutland can come out of this drive with at least a field goal, they could go into the halftime here only trailing by a touchdown, but they're down 10 now. They must get something going offensively, and it all starts with ground game. Look for Stempeck along with Conway on this drive.
Duval is wide left. Paller is tied right. The Raiders in the eye behind Pat Dwyer. 1st and 10 at their own 21. Handoff to Conway. 25, 30. Bowls his way out to the 34-yard line. Jake Conway, a pickup of 13. That is a Raider first down. 1st and 10 Raiders. With a minute 36 left in the first half as they stop the clock for a moment to put the chains ahead. As Aaron Bailey comes into the ball game at tight end for Dave Paller. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at their own 34. The 13-yard pickup for Jake Conway. They stop the clock for a moment to change the chains across the way. Aaron Bailey's wide right, Duval wide left. The up back is Conway, deep back Stempeck out of the eye. On 1st down, Dwyer pitches back to Stempeck, sweeps right, breaks a tackle, and gets a couple out across the 35 to the 36. A pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8. Martin Manning on the tackle for Middlebury. Coming down on a minute left first half. 2nd and 8 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 36-yard line.
What a nice job of blocking by Aaron Bailey, number 42, who was lined up in the slot position for Rutland along the near sideline. Went 2 steps backfield, came off and completely sealed off his defender, and that enabled Rutland to get 2 yards on the play after the big play of 13 yards on 1st down by Conway.
Clock continuing to run. 40 seconds left here in the half as Pat Dwyer now on the handoff to Conway. Takes it to the left, and he's going to be dropped. A loss of about 5, maybe 6, back to the 30-yard line. As Keith Denneker there on the stop for Middlebury. Raiders don't want to make any mistakes deep in their own territory. Maybe content to run the clock down here as Duval comes into the football game. 17 seconds left in the half. They're going to mark it at the 31 at loss 5. It'll be 3rd down and 13 for Rutland High. They might not even run off another play. 5 seconds left in the half. Now Dwyer drops back. Dwyer looking, throws left, and it is incomplete. It was almost picked off at the Raider 43-yard line by Connors, and Connors would have taken that all the way if he came up with that, and that would have been devastating to end the first half. That's the final play of the first half. Connors almost picked it off, and he probably would have returned that down the sideline for a touchdown. We're at halftime in the Division I semis at Collins Field in Middlebury. At halftime, our score, the Middlebury Tigers 10, Rutland nothing. We'll be back with our halftime show after this 2-minute timeout.
I think Coach Norman wanted them to kick the football away from Phelps to open this second half. That was not a missed kick. That was definitely part of the game plan for Jake Conway to kick the ball, a squib kick along the ground, and it doinked File right off the face mask, and he pounced on it at their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, they are going to mark it ahead now to the 35. Mackey's gone all the way at quarterback. Handoff to Cosmo. File takes it straight ahead, and he slides for a couple out to the 37-yard line. 2nd and 8 for Middlebury. This is the first series of the second half, and Jake Conway there on the hit for Rutland High. This is a big series in this football game. The beginning of the ball game, the first series of the game, first series of the second half. Now, the Raiders can make Middlebury punt relatively quick here. The Raiders could be in good shape. Mackey on the handoff straight ahead and getting his way out across the 40 to about the 43. Again is the fullback, Cosmo File. Picks up about 6. Mike Stempeck on the tackle.
It's tough to tell the difference between Stempeck and Schmidt.
Yeah, it's that type of ball game tonight with the mud covering. When you see the game on TV, it looks a little bit clearer, but it'll be on TV tomorrow night beginning at 8:32. 3rd and 3 for the Tigers, their own 43. Handoff to Masurik as he sweeps left and against the grain, and he gets it into Raider territory down at the Raider 49-yard line. Took it left and scooted up across the 50 to the Raider, actually 47-yard line, as it picks up about 10, and John Watson on the tackle. Now they're going to remark the football. They're going to mark it at the Raider 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for Middlebury, so there's the big first down there. Middlebury Tigers on the first series of the second half, going left to right. Zach Daly wide left. Masurik is a wing right, Sheehan a wing left. And one setback, it is Cosmo File behind Mackey. Wing back reverse to Sheehan. Sweeps right, loses his footing, but then manages to pick up some extra yards as he slides his way to the 45. Pickup of 3. Nice athletic play for Sheehan. Jake Conway on the tackle.
Conway came all the way across the field, got help from Bear Jicklian. But Conway normally lines up on the right side. He just darted all the way across the line of scrimmage to the near side, which would have been to his left. Made the tackle, and again, getting help from Bear Jicklian.
2nd and 7 for the Tigers. The Raider 45-yard line. Malcolm is wide left. Here is the reverse now to Masurik as he sweeps left to the 40, takes it toward the far sideline and knocked out of bounds around the Raider 35-yard line. It picks up 10, and that's another Middlebury first down. Billy Moran on the tackle for Middlebury.
And when you see this game on Channel 15, number 77 for Middlebury, offensive lineman, one of the tackles, his name is Matt Cram, and Cram is exactly what he did to a would-be Rutland defender along the left side of the line of scrimmage. Absolutely lifted him right off the grass, and that enabled, was it Masurik, to get to the outside and pick up big yardage. 10 yards gained on the play for Middlebury.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. The Raider 35 early going. 3rd quarter. Handoff to Cosmo File, the big fullback inside the 30 as he takes it left down to the
loose.
26-yard line. It might have been a fumble here. We'll wait and see. There was a scramble. Still no indication. It picked up 9 as it was. Still no indication.
Rutland,
the Raiders have
Rutland football. There you go.
And
something big.
And who did come up off the football?
Conway.
It might have been Conway. Jake Conway on the fumble recovery. Now File picked up 9. It would have been 2nd and 1, but the Raiders recover the fumble, and that's exactly what they needed. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Bob Fredette, would that qualify as something big?
Only if they do something big with it.
Only if they do something big with it. Bob called it at halftime. Let's see if Rutland can carry it over now.
So the Raiders 1st and 10 at their own 26. Pat Dwyer's gone all the way at quarterback. And the handoff to Conway straight ahead. And Conway for a couple out to the 29. It would be 2nd and 8 for the Raiders at that point. 9:16 remaining here, 3rd quarter. Middlebury with a 10-0 lead.
Actually, it was Stempeck on the carry.
It was a Stempeck checking, okay.
Again, it's more than difficult to pick up the number of the ball carrier and the tackler for Rutland, as they got the white jerseys with the red numbers, and now it's mixing the white jersey with the brown mud. It makes it very difficult.
Backs are split now as Dwyer takes it right on the keeper, breaking tackles, and gets hit hard as he got it out to about the 33, picked up about 4. It was a 2nd down play. It would be 3rd down, about 5 now for the Raiders. They mark it at the Raider 33-yard line, going right to left. Whitney on the tackle. Third down and 5 for Rutland High. Jovan Feinberg is in. Chris Mayhew was in on that play. He's out.
You know, you talk about it in the pregame. One of the things Middlebury does not do is turn the football over. They've done it here tonight. Big third down play for Rutland now, 3rd and 5.
Have it at their own 33. Backs are split, Feinberg and Conway. And the handoff goes to Feinberg. Sweeps left, looking for room. Tries to turn the corner, and they're going to drop him. As he got it to about the 35-yard line. Picked up 2. Kevin Connors on the tackle, along with Aaron Walker. So it'll be 4th down and 3 for the Raiders. Looked like Jovan was going to get a few more yards on that than what he got. It was closed down in a hurry. Matter of fact, they only give him about a yard out to the 34.
Well, the pitch was made to the near sideline, and Feinberg had 2 blockers in front of him. And he had 2 choices, either cut it back up the middle of the field and pick up additional yardage, or try to get to the outside. And if you try to get to the outside against a tough Middlebury defense, and only a 1-yard gain is the result.
4th and 3 for the Raiders. Carbonell back to boot around his own 23-yard line. Long count. The snap is a good one. Carbonell gets the boot away. And this will hit in a Middlebury territory and just plop right down at the Middlebury 46-yard line. No roll at all on any of these kickoffs and punts tonight. It just stops in the mud. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers. The Tigers put together a pretty good drive in the beginning of the second half, getting the opening second half kickoff, then fumble. The Raiders could do nothing after the fumble recovery by Jake Conway, and Middlebury now has the ball back, 1st and 10 at its own 45-yard line, going left to right. Middlebury with a 10-0 lead. 7:33 left here in the 3rd quarter. Double wing set up. Wing back reverse to Sheehan. Sweeps right. And Sheehan manages to squeeze his way out to the 49. A pickup of 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 coming up. John Watson on the tackle. So the Tigers have it at their own 49-yard line. One thing with the mud here, and even though we do have the TV screen beside us for Channel 15 telecast tomorrow night at 8:32, is Middlebury is easier to see than Rutland is.
Make no question. No
double wing setup with Sheehan and also Masurik. Filed as the lone setback. Mackey on the handoff to Masurik. Sweeps left, turns the corner. Raider 45 to the 40 to the 35 to the 30, 25 down the sideline and ridden out of bounds around the Raider 23-yard line. Masurik on the carry. Billy Moran making the tackle and bouncing him out of bounds across the way.
And who was the offensive lineman throwing the last block that sprung Masurik to the outside? Number 77, Matt Cram, only a sophomore, with his 2nd big block in this 3rd period alone.
And they are going to mark it at the Raider 25-yard line, 1st and 10. That's a 26-yard pickup for Rob Masurik.
And Masurik is already over 100 yards.
I think the Tigers have done. They've broken that full house backfield, gone to the double wing setup with Masurik on one side, Sheehan on the other, and File the lone setback. File gets the call, 20 to the 15 to the 10 to the 5, and he goes down at the 3-yard line, just tripped up by, I believe, Stempek. Stempek saved a touchdown for now as File couldn't quite keep his footing and dove his way to about the 3-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 4. It picked up 21. 1st and goal for Middlebury at the Raider 4-yard line.
Cosmo, the nail File, smelling goal line. Stempek was the only one left defensively for Rutland. He made the shoestring tackle.
Now left to right, Sheehan, File, and Masurik. Behind the quarterback, Mackey, 1st and goal, Tigers, and the Tigers call for a timeout. Got a timeout on the field with 6:26 left, 3rd quarter. Our score, Middlebury 10, Rutland nothing. Back after this 30-second timeout.
Middlebury, 104 yards.
Again, the full house backfield, Sheehan, File, and Masurik left to right behind the sophomore quarterback, Mackey. Mackey on the handoff to Masurik, takes it off the left side, breaking tackles, and he's in. Touchdown. He broke tackles and actually got all the way in without going down. Rob Masurik on the 4-yard touchdown run, and Middlebury goes up now by a score of 16-0.
54 yards on 4 plays, and they did it in a hurry. 1 minute, 26 seconds off the game clock. And it was actually 2 big plays, a 26-yard gain, a 21-yard gain, and eventually capped off from 4 yards out by Masurik, who now has 13 carries for 108 yards and a touchdown.
And Middlebury now, who got it in close before and then fumbled, has a 16-0 lead. Here's Joe Sheehan with the extra point. It is up, and it is no good, wide off to the left. Mackey the holder. So the try for the extra point, no good. The 4-yard touchdown run by Rob Masurik. With 6:20 left, third quarter, our score. Middlebury 16, Rutland nothing. Back with a kickoff after this 30-second timeout. Back deep, Jovan Feinberg and is that Dana Atwood back there? Here's Murray with the kick, and it will hit inside the 30, inside the 25. Picked up at the 21 by Feinberg, out across the 25, across the 30, to about the 33-yard line. Jovan Feinberg on the return. So the Raiders have some work to do, trailing 16-0. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. And Jack Allen getting down there to make the tackle for Middlebury.
Still plenty of time left in this football game, and Rutland, as you just pointed out, facing a 16-point deficit here against the number 1 seeded Middlebury Tigers. A lot of things can happen in a quarter and a half in football.
Duval is wide right. Stempeck and Conway are the setbacks. Wide left is Mayhew. Pat Dwyer has gone all the way at quarterback. Dwyer drops back, looking, sets up the screen, and it is complete, coming out of the backfield to Stempeck, out across the 40, or to Conway rather, gets it out across the 40, across the 45, and down at the 46-yard line. The screen pass to Conway. Aaron Walker on the tackle, and that is complete for 12 yards and a Raider first down. They have it 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line. That's where they mark it.
That screenplay has worked very well twice this evening for the Rutland Raiders, and Dwyer on the screenplay, getting heavy pressure applied by the Middlebury defense, set up beautifully to the far side. Picking up 12 on first down was Conway.
Seth Bailey goes wide left. 1st and 10 for the Raiders, their own 45. Quick drop, throw over the middle, complete from Dwyer to Mayhew. Down at the Middlebury 49-yard line. That picks up 6. That's worked 3 times. Here, the little slanting pattern over the middle from Dwyer to Mayhew. Waters on the tackle. It is 2nd down and 4 for the Raiders of the Middlebury 49. We're in the third quarter. 5:15 left in the quarter. Middlebury has a 16-0 lead. Chris Dupuy is over the football. The backs are split behind Pat Dwyer. They got a wing right. And the handoff goes to Conway straight ahead. A couple of tough yards down to about the 47. Third down coming up. They had to get to the 46 for a first down. Martin Manning on the tackle for Middlebury. Is it close enough for a measurement? No, it's 3rd down and a yard for the Raiders at the Middlebury 47. As Bailey is out, Seth Bailey, and in is Joe Duval for Rutland High. Dupuy leads the club out of the huddle. Duval will be a wing left. Tight right is Paller. Raiders operate out of the I. The up back is Conway. Duval's in motion right to left. We got penalty markers down.
That'll be against Middlebury as their defensive tackle on the left side, or excuse me, their right side, got right into that neutral zone and actually jumped the line of scrimmage. It will be against Middlebury. You may have heard Rick Laird over my shoulder confirming that.
That would give the Raiders a first down. It is a 5-yard penalty, offsides against Middlebury, and they mark it down to the Middlebury 41-yard line. So the Raiders, with their biggest threat of the football game, have it 1st and 10 at the Middlebury 41. Paller's out now. Mayhew wide right. Duval is wide left. Mark it at the right side hash mark. Chris Dupuy is over the football. The backs are split behind Pat Dwyer. 1st and 10 Raiders, the Middlebury 41-yard line. Dwyer now rolls right, throws, and it is complete to Chris Mayhew. Makes the sliding catch down at the Middlebury 31-yard line. Chris Mayhew on the catch. He's had a big game. Jack Allen on the tackle. Got it down to the 32. Picked up 9. It's 2nd and 1 for the Raiders. The Middlebury 32-yard line.
The passing game clicking right now for the Rutland Raiders, and Mayhew's the go-to guy out on that far wing. He's already caught 3 slant passes from Dwyer. That time it was just a straight out pattern towards the far sideline. Picks up 9 yards now on first down for Rutland, and their most impressive drive right now continuing.
Wide left, Mayhew. The Raiders in the I now. And the handoff goes to Conway, and he's going to be tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Matter of fact, might have lost a yard or 2. Took it straight ahead. Let's see where they mark it here. The line of scrimmage was the 32 and lost about a yard back to the 33. So the Raiders have it 3rd and 2 at the Middlebury 33-yard line. Middlebury 16, Rutland nothing. 3:09 remaining here in the third quarter. And Mayhew wide left, Duval is wide right. Stempeck and Conway are the setbacks. Dwyer barks him out, and the handoff goes to Stempeck, and he squirts his way inside the 30, down about the 27. And as a first down, that picks up 6.
It was Stempeck right up the middle. Actually got tripped up at the line of scrimmage by Aaron Walker. Managed to keep his balance and pick up additional yardage and another first down for the Raiders.
They're going to mark it at the Middlebury 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for Rutland High. Middlebury has a 16-0 lead. 2:45 left here in the third quarter. Now Jobin Feinberg is in along with Conway. They're the back split behind Dwyer. Dwyer barks him out. Dwyer looking to throw, rolls left, looking, throws down the middle. It's incomplete. Overthrows his intended receiver down around the Middlebury 17. That was intended for the tight end Matt Daly over the middle. Mike Phelps covering Daly downfield. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders, the Middlebury 27, and a Middlebury player has been shaken up.
Already one injury for Middlebury. The starting defensive tackle, Nate LaRock, came out on the first drive of the football game, and he's on the sideline in his street clothes for Middlebury, so he is out of the game already. And the injured Tiger player, I believe, is Barry Whitney, number 66, who plays center on the offense.
Yep.
And taking his place will be Evan Langfeld.
Stempeck is back into the game. Feinberg is out now for the Raiders. The Raiders have a 2nd and 10 at the Middlebury 27. 2:30 left, third quarter. Middlebury has the 16-0 lead. Daly is tied right. Duval wide on the right. We're actually a wing right now. Backs are split behind Pat Dwyer. Dwyer now looking to throw. Drops back, looking, throws right, complete to Stempeck coming out of the backfield. Inside the 15, down to about the 10-yard line. The play completion from Dwyer to Mike Stempeck, the screen. And that is a first down pickup. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it at the Middlebury 12-yard line. That picked up 15, Dwyer to Stempeck. And the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at the Middlebury 12.
Beautiful job by Dwyer, rolling to his left, selling the screen pass to the Middlebury defense, and all alone along the far sideline was Stempeck, who picked it up, trampled 15 yards later, and now Rutland in business right at the 12-yard line of Middlebury.
In the eye, backs offset, handoff to Conway straight ahead, takes it to about the 10 and gets driven back. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Raiders at the 10-yard line of Middlebury. Minute 50 left, third quarter. On the tackle, Kevin Odell, who was injured earlier in the football game now for Middlebury. Raiders have the ball at the Middlebury 10-yard line.
Have to keep this drive going. Timeout on the field.
The Raiders call for the timeout. 2nd and 8 Raiders, the Middlebury 10 when we come back. Timeout on the field. We'll be back after this 30-second break. Mark.
Opportunity for Rutland to climb right back into this football game with a touchdown on this drive.
Where's Conway now?
Conway was trying to get back on the field, and Dwyer waves him off. Confusion now for the Raiders after that timeout.
Confusion after the timeout. Couple of setbacks behind Dwyer. Handoff to Stempeck straight ahead, and he's stacked up after picking up a couple to the 8-yard line. All kinds of confusion.
They were lucky to get
timeout.
They were lucky to get a couple yards on that play as Conway was in, then Dwyer waved him out, and then somebody else came in. He was waved out, and just lucky to get that play off before the play clock expired. They did so and picked up 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and 7, and the inside the 20.
Only picked up a yard to the 9-yard line. Didn't get a very good. Certainly not a very good spot on that. 3rd down and 7 for the Raiders at the Middlebury 9-yard line. The backs are split. Dwyer barks him out. Dwyer rolls left, looking, throws toward the end zone, incomplete. He overthrows Mayhew at the Middlebury 1. That was a 3rd down play. It'll now be 4th and 7 for the Raiders of the Middlebury 9. So that combination that has connected a few times tonight, Dwyer to Mayhew, couldn't connect that time, and the Raiders face with a 4th down here. Clock stops with 51 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Have to get points. Must get points, and that's why Rutland is staying on the field offensively, realizing they're going to need at least
territory here.
They're going to need at least 2 scores, and they've got to get one here on this play. It's either a first down, touchdown or it's Middlebury's football.
Stempeck and Conway are the setbacks on 4th down. Dwyer looking to throw, rolls right, looking, throws to the end zone, and it's incomplete. And it looked like Mayhew in the end zone. There were a couple of men down there, and somebody might have got a hand on the football, so the Raiders get turned away on 4th down. Middlebury takes over on downs, 1st and 10 at its own 9-yard line. On 4th down, Dwyer threw it to the end zone, but it misconnected.
The big play on that drive came right after the timeout called by Rutland. As they came out of the timeout, a little bit of confusion there. Couldn't get the right play called. In fact, couldn't get the right personnel on the field. As a result, they had to scramble and, in essence, waste a down, and that came back to haunt them.
Double wing set up for Middlebury. The handoff goes to Cosmo File, breaks it open out across the 15, across the 20. He's dropped right there at the 20-yard line as he quickly picked up 11 and a first down. Cosmo File, the fullback, took it straight ahead on the quick opener. 40 seconds left, third quarter. Middlebury with a 16-0 lead. Tackle made by John Haynes, who's played a nice ball game tonight. 1st and 10, Middlebury, the Middlebury 20. They're back in the full house backfield behind the sophomore quarterback, Will Mackey. And getting the call is Sheehan off the right side. He's tripped up after a pickup of 1, maybe 2 out to the 22. And Mitch Morgan on the tackle. 2nd and 8 for the Tigers, their own 22-yard line. And the Tigers might be content to watch the rest of the time run down here at the end of the third quarter. 3 seconds left in the quarter. And that is the end of the third quarter in the Division I semis at Collins Field in Middlebury. After 3 are scored. Middlebury 16, Rutland nothing. We'll be back with the fourth quarter after this 30-second timeout. At 2nd down and 8 at their own 22-yard line, going right to left here in the fourth quarter. The Raiders going left to right. Now again, the Tigers break the full house backfield. The double wing setup with Sheehan and Masurik. And Masurik gets the call, sweeps left, and turns the corner for about 3 out to the 25-yard line. Rob Masurik, who scored the Middlebury touchdown in the third quarter from 4 yards out, picking up 3 that time. Jake Conway on the tackle. It's 3rd and 6 for Middlebury at the Tiger 25-yard line.
Rutland must stop them here on this down in order to get the football back. First play of the fourth quarter now. So still some time left in this football game for something to happen, and it all starts on this play.
Surik is a wing right, Sheehan wing left, and the handoff to File, the fullback, nothing doing. He's going to lose yardage back to the 21. He lost 4, so the Raider defensive unit toughening up. And that lost 4. It'll be 4th down and close to 10 for the Tigers, and left to put the football away.
I believe it was Schmidt who can hit, getting into the backfield and nearly picking off the handoff defensively for Rutland, and that's the play defensively that they needed now, as the punt here for Middlebury is going to give Rutland excellent field position.
Jeremy Everett back to boot for Middlebury, back around his own 7, and Mike Stempeck and Billy Moran around the Raider 47 to receive the punt. And the snap is a good one. Everett gets the kick away, line drive. It'll hit at the Middlebury 45, but get a good roll across the 50 inside the Raider 45 and blown dead at the Raider 43-yard line. That's the first time all night a punt has had any roll and didn't get stuck in the mud. You got a good roll on that. Jeremy Everett did a nice job to get that punt away.
You're right. Every other time the ball's been up in the air and landed on the ground, it just stops right where it hits. Right in the, what's that word again?
Quagmire.
There you have it.
Coined by Mitch Braves, but it is in the dictionary. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 43. Early going fourth quarter. Clock running with 10:30 remaining in the football game, and Middlebury has a 16-0 lead.
And Rutland needs something quick and something big. They need to get a touchdown on this drive.
Mayhew is wide left along with Duval. The backs are split. Stempeck and Conway behind Pat Dwyer. Healey is tight on the right. Dwyer on the draw play to Conway. Got it to the 45, then took it left and a retreat, and then took it forward again for a couple out to about the 47. Picks up 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. Jake Conway on the carry for Rutland High. Still have no score on that Mill River Montpelier game. We thought we got a score at halftime of that game and also after the game, the 8-man state championship game, but they have not reported into us as yet. At least that was the case during our last break. 2nd and 6 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 47-yard line. Now Seth Bailey and Mayhew are wide left. Pat Dwyer back to throw, throws backwards, and it goes incomplete. Intended for Stempeck. That looked like a backward pass, though.
It was.
And they say incomplete.
They're lucky because, again, you may have heard over my right shoulder, Rick Laird, that would have been a fumble, and actually should have been. It was thrown backfield.
It should have been a
which is a lateral.
Yeah, and it would have been a fumble, even though I believe he did pick it up right away, didn't he? But they call it incomplete. 3rd down and 6 for the Raiders. They have it at their own 47-yard line. Stempeck and Conway are the setbacks, and now the officials call for a timeout. Yeah, it is. They had it at the wrong line of scrimmage. They put it at the 46, should be at the 47. That's where they put it. Stempeck and Conway are the setbacks. Daly tight right. Back to throw. Dwyer rolls left, looking. Throws down the middle, wants Mayhew, and it's knocked away by Phelps as it goes incomplete down around the Middlebury 20-yard line. Mayhew was there just a shade underthrown. It allowed Phelps time to come over and knock it away. 4th and 6 for the Raiders at their own 47-yard line.
And Mayhew was comfortably right in the middle of that Middlebury defense. He was in front of Phelps, right in between the double coverage downfield. And the ball hung up there a little bit. Perhaps the wind hung it up there longer than Dwyer wanted. And Phelps there, number 18 defensively for Middlebury.
This is 4-down territory for sure. The Raiders have it at their own 47, trailing 16-0 with 9:23 left in the game. They got to go for it here as Dwyer barks him out. Dwyer drops back, looking, and he lets it fly downfield, and it's incomplete, intended for Duval, down around the Middlebury 20, and going over just to knock the ball away was Connors for Middlebury, but even after he knocked it away, Duval almost came up with that, and that would have been a touchdown.
And that's so difficult to catch a pass after your eyes are fixed on it, and it's deflected at the last moment. The play before it was Phelps, that last play there it was Connors. At the last second, getting just a little bit of a tiger claw or tiger paw, call it what you will, on the football just as it was about to be completed. And you're right, Jack, Duval had nothing but end zone in front of him. Would have been a big break offensively for Rutland.
Middlebury takes over on downs. They have it 1st and 10 at the Raider 47. Middlebury in the double wing setup. They've used that a lot tonight. Handoff to File straight ahead inside the 45 to the 44. Picks up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. So Middlebury, they used the full house backfield almost exclusively when we saw them 3 weeks ago as Vera Jickley makes the tackle. They've gone into that double wing setup quite a bit with File the lone setback. Sheehan on one wing and the other wing, Rob Masurik. Phelps is in wide right now as Middlebury getting set for 2nd down and 7 at the Raider 44-yard line. 8:47 left in the game. Middlebury leads it 16-0. Mackey on the keeper straight ahead, and that didn't surprise anybody. Picked up about a yard to the Raider 43, stacked up there.
Trying to get the number of the defensive player for Rutland.
And indeed, it is getting difficult.
It may have been Schmidt. We all know Schmidt can hit. In fact, the only player it did not surprise may have been Jason Schmidt on the play, as the surprise was on Mackey, the quarterback for Rutland.
3rd and 7 for the Tigers, the Raider 43-yard line, 3rd and a long 6. And the handoff now to Masurik, and he takes it against the grain inside the 40 to about the 39, picks up 4. And hit hard there by Dana Atwood, the assassin Dana Atwood. It'll be 4th down coming up for Middlebury. That picked up 4. 4th down and close to 2. Tigers have it just inside the Raider 40-yard line.
The assassin.
He just hits hard all the time. It
yes,
seems
he
to
does.
me. He's like, remember the guy that played for the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, Jack Tatum.
Yes.
The market at the 40, and they're going to boot the football away. Jeremy Everett back around his own 45. Stempeck and Moran back deep for the Raiders. And the snap is a good one, and Everett gets the kick away. It'll hit inside the 25, inside the 20, still rolling inside the 15, and it will finally be blown dead at the Raider 12-yard line. So the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 12. The Raiders are trailing 16-0 with 7:21 left in the football game. The winner goes on to the state championship game a week from tonight at Rutland's Alumni Field. If Middlebury holds on, Middlebury would make its 3rd straight trip to the title game.
Certainly, Coach Peter Brakely from Middlebury is doing an outstanding job with this football program. Just getting back to that title game is so hard to do, and should Middlebury hold on here, the final 7:21 in running now, He'll be back in that title game for the 3rd year in a row.
Mayhew and Duval are wide left. The backs are split behind Dwyer. Dwyer back to throw, looking, throws over the middle. Duval, a juggling catch at the 35 across the 40 and down at the Raider 43-yard line. Nice juggling catch, nice throw from Pat Dwyer to Duval over the middle, and the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line.
And Duval did a super juggling job there. He had a football, a birthday cake, a cellular phone, and a live chainsaw, maybe even a bowling pin. He was juggling everything imaginable. Managed to hold on to the football and pick up additional yardage on 1st down for the Raiders.
31-yard pass play from Dwyer to Duval over the middle, and the Raiders have it 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. Well thrown pass from Dwyer. Nice catch from Joe Duval.
Dwyer 9 for 18 for 107 yards in this football game. Thank you, Rick Laird.
Duval and Mayhew wide left. Conway and Stempeck are the setbacks, and Dwyer back to throw. Throws left, complete to Conway out of the backfield. Stutter steps at the 50, and he's down at the Middlebury 48-yard line. Picked up about 8. Nice stutter step by Conway at the 50-yard line. Kevin Connors on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Raiders. They have it at the Middlebury 49-yard line.
The ooh you may have heard goes out courtesy of Kevin Connors, who laid a big hit on one of the bigger bruising fullbacks in the state of Vermont, Jake Conway.
Feinberg is in now along with Conway. 2nd down and 2 for the Raiders. Quick drop. Dwyer throws complete to Duval inside the 40, and he's down at the Middlebury 38. It picks up 11. The quick pass play from Dwyer to Duval. Allen on the tackle, and the Raiders have it 1st and 10. The Raiders try to come back in this one. 16-0 Middlebury. 5:54 left in the ball game. Raiders have it 1st and 10 at the Middlebury 38-yard line. Couple of men wide left now, and a couple of setbacks behind Pat Dwyer, throwing on almost every play now. Back to throw, rolls left, throws, and it is complete down at the Middlebury 27-yard line. The pass completion of Chris Mayhew, and the tackle made by Kevin Connors. That picks up 11. That's another Raider 1st down. Dwyer trying to lead the club back here.
Dwyer has it going right now offensively for the Raiders, completing his last 4 attempts, 31 yards, 8 yards, and the last 2 for 11 yards each. But I tell you, the Raider receivers are paying the price dearly for every reception, as the secondary people for Middlebury can certainly hit. Dwyer now 12 for 21, 137 yards.
Couple of men wide left. 1st and 10 Raiders, the Middlebury 27. Handoff to Conway. Takes it left inside the 25, 20. Down the sideline, the 15. Knocked out of bounds across the way. Breaking tackles at the sideline. Mike Phelps knocking him out of bounds across the way. Conway on the carry, and he picks up 12 yards and a Raider 1st down. They have it at the 10-yard line. Or check it there, the 15. Let's see where they're going to mark it now. The 14-yard line. That picked up 13 yards. 1st and 10 for the Raiders at the Middlebury 14. 16-0 Middlebury. 5:08 left in the football game. The Raiders trying to come back in this one. Left side hash mark is where they mark it. Dupuis is over the football. Conway and Stempeck are the setbacks. Duval and Mayhew are wide left. Dwyer barks him out. Quick drop, throws over the middle, and it's incomplete. It might have been tipped at the line of scrimmage. And that was intended for Duval. 2nd and 10 for the Raiders, the Middlebury 14. Now the Raiders did get it to the Middlebury 9 late in the 3rd quarter, but were turned away on 4th down.
And they're in relatively the same position now on this drive. Must capitalize here. And the last time they were in that position, they called a timeout and had some confusion coming out of the timeout, and that cost them on the 3rd down play. They couldn't convert on 4th down, but they've got a 2nd down and 10 now, deep in Middlebury territory.
Again, the backs are split. Stempeck and Conway behind Dwyer. A couple of wideouts left, and the tight end on the right side, Matt Daly, took off too quickly. Illegal procedure against Rutland High. It'll be 2nd and 15 for the Raiders at the Middlebury 19.
I tell you, what a nice job of the junior captain, Jake Conway. Number 88 for Rutland jumped off sides. It was Matt Daly, and immediately Conway ran over, went face mask to face mask with him, and said, "Don't worry about it. Get it back on the next play. We need you on the field here right now, Matt." I tell you, that's great leadership by one of the captains for Rutland, Jake Conway.
Junior captain, too. Left side hash mark. Mayhew will bring it wide right. Duval wide left. Daly will be tight on the left now. Duval actually a wing left now. Backs again are split behind Dwyer. Dwyer now rolls right. Dwyer looking, throws, and it's incomplete. He wanted Conway at the 15 and went off his fingertips. Also down about 10 yards from Conway was Mayhew. So it'll be third down coming up for the Raiders. 3rd and 15 at the Middlebury 19. Clock stops with 4:57 left in the game. And we have a penalty marker down, a late flag, and I believe it's against Rutland. 16-0 Middlebury. Let's see what the flag is all about.
I think it's against Jake Conway. He wanted a pass interference called on that last play against Denneker, number 88.
It is a personal foul against Rutland. It will be a 15-yard penalty.
File that one under frustration right there. Jake Conway desperately wanted a pass interference call on that last play and may have said something to the official as they headed back towards the huddle. And you know it's got to be tough on the football field if one of the captains, Jake Conway, draws an unsportsmanlike penalty this late in the football game. And I tell you, he's played his heart out the entire evening. And I'm sure he wanted that pass interference penalty more than anything and just couldn't get it called, and he let the official know about it.
Dead ball foul too. It's third down and about 30 for the Raiders. They got to get it to the 4. They have it at the Middlebury 34-yard line. Third down for the Raiders. Left side hash mark, couple of wideouts left, couple of setbacks. Dwyer back to throw. Dwyer looking, throws downfield, and it is tipped and intercepted, and taking it up across the 30 and bounced out of bounds. On the interception for Middlebury was Jack Allen. It was tipped and intercepted, and Middlebury turns the Raiders away. This defensive unit is a tough defensive unit. They have only given up 2 touchdowns in the last several ball games. And they are going to mark it at the Middlebury 30. Jack Allen on the interception. The Raiders twice have had it in close.
You could actually call this Middlebury defense the Maddox of football, referring to Greg Maddox from Atlanta, known for pitching shutouts, and that's exactly what they've done in this football game.
So now Middlebury has it 1st and 10. As the handoff goes to Masurik, sweeps left across the 35, breaking tackles across the 40, and he's down at the Middlebury 42. Picks up 12. That's a first down for Rob Masurik and the Middlebury Tigers. Clock continues to run. 4:30 left in the football game. Middlebury has a 16-0 lead.
Well, Sargent finally getting downfield to stop Masurik. 12 yards later.
Sheehan has a 6-yard rush. Sheehan a 6-yard touchdown run for Middlebury, a 4-yard touchdown run for Rob Masurik, an extra point by Joe Sheehan, and a 20-yard field goal by Joe Sheehan. Double wing setup for Mackey and company. File gets the call straight ahead for 2 to the 44. It'll be 2nd and 8. And on the tackle, Greg Pirajiklian. 2nd and 8 for Middlebury, their own 44. At the end of the game, a J.P. Carrera & Sons Most Valuable Player for the Raiders, and the Pasquale's 12th Player Award winner for the Raiders, getting the Raiders sub, a large beverage, bag of chips, and a sports bottle, all on the post-game show. Again, the double wing setup. Sheehan on the left, Masurik on the right. File the lone setback. And the handoff to Sheehan on the wing-back reverse. Sweeps right, turns the corner for a few across the 45 to about the 47. A pickup of 3. On the tackle, Mitch Morgan for Rutland High. It'll be 3rd down and close to 4 for the Tigers at their own 47-yard line. Middlebury 16, Rutland nothing. 3:09 left in the football game. Wide right is Phelps. Again, the double wing setup. Masurik on the right, Sheehan on the left. Lone setback is File. Mackey is the quarterback. Masurik gets the call. Wingback reverse, sweeps left to the 50, to the 45. Turns inside at the 40, 35, 30. Down the sideline, knocked out of bounds. Inside the Raider 25 at the Raider 23-yard line. Rob Masurik on the carry. And he took it down the left sideline. 29-yard pickup for Masurik and a Middlebury first down.
It was Schmidt and Conway making the tackles for Rutland along the near sideline. And for the 3rd time tonight, it was 77, Matt Cram, the offensive tackle, very reminiscent of Eric Williams from the Dallas Cowboys cleared out 2 Rutland defenders with a huge block right along the left side of the line of scrimmage, and it was all downhill at that point for Missouri.
1st and 10 for Middlebury, the Raider 23-yard line. Malcolm's wide left. They're back in the full house backfield. Sheehan gets the call straight ahead, and Sheehan cracked down at the Raider 20. Picks up 3. It's 2nd and 7 for the Tigers. Clock continues to run. The Tigers are 2 minutes and 35 seconds away from their 3rd straight visit to the state championship game. They won it all 2 years ago. Got turned away by unbeaten Mount Anthony a year ago.
How's this for numbers tonight, Jack? Missouri 17 carries, 156 yards.
Unbelievable.
He ought to be wearing number 22 with a blue star on his helmet after a performance like that.
2nd and 8 for Middlebury at the Raider 21-yard line. Zach Daly is wide left. Sheehan wing left. Masurik wing right. And the handoff to File straight ahead, 15. And down at the 11-yard line. A pickup of 10. Another Middlebury first down. John Watson on the tackle. 1st and 10 for the Middlebury Tigers as they're wearing down this Raider defensive unit now. Tigers have it at the Raider 11-yard line. Middlebury leads it 16-0. 2:02 left in the ball game.
Cosmo, the nail File, straight up the middle, carrying Rutland defenders with him, and finally it was Watson coming in and applying the finishing touch defensively for the Raiders. But I tell you, no mystery why this Middlebury team is unbeaten this year and the #1 seed.
Willie Mackey, the sophomore quarterback, back in the full house backfield. Zach Daly is wide left. Handoff to Sheehan, sweeps right, then turns it inside for a couple inside the 10 to about the 9. 2nd and 8 for Middlebury at the Raider 9-yard line. Tackle made by Dana Atwood. And we got a timeout on the field. The Raiders call for the timeout. 1:26 left in the ball game. Middlebury 16, Rutland nothing. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
3-1-1, representing 311 yards rushing the football this evening. And you put a whole bunch of things together when you're undefeated and the #1 seed. What it all boils down to, you must make Middlebury turn the football over. Rutland couldn't, and they've already gained 311 yards on the ground, this Middlebury offense.
Phelps wide left. Again, the Tigers in the full house backfield behind Mackey. The handoff to Sheehan, takes it right, and he backs his way for a couple to the 7, maybe. Stacked up there. Clock runs, 1:15 left in the football game. Virtually the left side of the Raider defensive unit all in on the tackle. I'm going to say he just got back to the line of scrimmage, apparently.
Another timeout.
And we do have another timeout on the field. And we'll keep it right here. I'd like to thank everybody for being on board with us throughout the 1995 high school football season. We have a nice schedule of winter sports coming up. Basketball and hockey, boys and girls basketball and hockey. And our next, if indeed, unless the Raiders pull off a miracle, our next local broadcast, we will open up the brand new facility at the College of St. Joe's on November 15th. We'll have a women's basketball, men's basketball doubleheader on the 15th as the College of St. Joe's hosts Atlantic Union. And we do have a couple of St. Joe's ball games on the year. We have a game coming up on the 21st, which is a men's game, a women's game on the 28th. And, of course, as far as later on in the season, tentatively schedule one later on. We're not sure about that one, but we have the first 4 women's and men's college basketball from WSYB and the College of St. Joe's.
From the brand new athletic complex, and what a facility it is.
Get the call line.
3rd down and 8 for the Tigers. They do mark it at the Raider 9-yard line. Play back in momentarily. 1:12 left in the football game. Mackey takes it straight ahead on the keeper. Dives his way to about the 6. Picks up 3. It would be 4th down coming up here. We do have an injury. A Middlebury player appears to be down with a minute straight up left in the football game. Middlebury with a 16-0 lead.
Already Middlebury hit with injuries in this football game, and with 1 minute exactly remaining, they will probably at this point move on to the title game next week. Whether or not they will have Nate LaRock,
and
5'11", 300-pound junior tackle.
Yeah, they've lost some people tonight. LaRock was injured earlier. Odell was, but Odell has been back in since.
Whitney came out, number 66. I don't know if he's back in the football game, but injuries play such a big factor. And see who that is down on the ground. may in fact even be Whitney, who may have gone back in.
Well, he was the center offensively. When play is back in, Middlebury would have it 4th down at the Raiders' 6-yard line. 4th down and about 3. 4th down and 4, we would call it, as they still administer to the injured Middlebury player.
Let's see who it is when he's being helped to his feet now.
Still can't tell.
I think it is 66, Whitney.
Let's see here.
Well, there's no 62 on the roster. I think it is 66, Barry Whitney.
Yeah, it is Barry Whitney. So he was hurt earlier and did get back into the ball game at center.
So that's 2 offensive linemen out of the game now for Middlebury, and heading into what will be the state championship game next Friday night at Alumni Field in Rutland, with 2 of your more important people responsible for clearing out those running lanes for that impressive ground game. Already over 300 yards on the ground here this evening, thanks in part to the blocking of LaRock and Whitney. LaRock came out on the first series for Middlebury, and Whitney being carried off, or actually walked off with some assistance on the last play there for Middlebury.
Well, the clock begins to run again, coming down on 50 seconds left in the football game. 4th down for Middlebury at the Raiders' 6. 4th down and 4 as Mackey barks them out. Middlebury with a 16-0 lead. And the handoff goes straight ahead to File, and he gets it to about the 1-yard line. That would be, let's see, awfully close to a 1st down. Let's see where they unpile here. Went straight ahead. That was a 4th down play. There is a timeout on the field with 38 seconds left. Let's see, they still haven't given an indication here. It's close enough for a measurement. Right around the 2-yard line they had to get it, and that's what happened. It took a while. Cosmo File took it straight ahead for about 4, and here's the measurement. And no, they do not get the 1st down. The Raiders will have it 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line. So Middlebury turned away at the Raider 2 with 38 seconds left in the ball game, and Middlebury has a 16-0 lead. Whole bunch of new faces, clean uniforms in for Middlebury. At least one I can see that's nice and clean. Dagan Murray is in. It was the fullback at the beginning of the year. So Middlebury turned aside on a 4th down play at the Raider 2-yard line. So the Raiders now have it 1st and 10 at their own 2. Clock begins to run again, coming down on 30 seconds left in the Raiders season. Matt Daly will be tied right. Seth Bailey is wide right. Pat Dwyer's gone all the way at quarterback and takes it straight ahead on the keeper. And he gets it to about the 9-yard line. Pick up a 7, and we got a penalty marker down. Martin Manning on the tackle. 11 seconds left in the ball game. Might have been a face mask or a late hit there. We'll see. Or is it going to go the other way? It's going to go against Middlebury, I believe. It is a personal foul, late hit against Middlebury, so they'll tack 15 yards on top of that.
Thought maybe they'd call personal foul against Dagan Murray for having a clean uniform.
Should be on a night like tonight.
Personal foul, you must dirty your uniform up on a night like tonight.
So the Raiders will have it 1st and 10 at their own 24 after the 15-yard penalty. Clock runs, 8 seconds left in the ball game. 16-0 Middlebury as Aaron Bailey comes into the ball game. Matt Daly is out. I don't believe they'll be able to get the play away. No, they don't. That's the ball game, and Middlebury has won it by a score of 16-0. A solid win for the unbeaten Middlebury Tigers, and the Tigers go on to the state title game for the 3rd straight year. They were beaten by Mount Anthony in the final a year ago at Rutland's Alumni Field. 2 years ago, they won it all. And if I remember correctly, they won it all against Essex 2 years ago. So Middlebury twice shutting out the Raiders up here in Middlebury, winning that earlier game 32-0 and winning this one here tonight by a score of 16-0. That's your final. Middlebury 16, Rutland nothing. We'll wrap it up after this.